First of 4 wonderful days of training, we're going to have some of our partners who we value very greatly within the community who are sharing their resource to you to let you know what is available besides what we do here at the clinic and some things that we are connected with that can help you get along your day, through your day, and some of the challenges you may have to deal with and things of that nature. And today I would like to introduce you to Monica Thorne. She is the director of the Veterans Yoga Project, and she's going to teach us and let us learn how to deal with some stresses in our mental health and teach us how to meditate. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Monica and let her take it away. Hi, Monica.
Hi, Ron. Thank you so much for the introduction. Yeah, as Ron said, I'm the state director here in Washington for Veterans Yoga Project, and I'm also the director of field operations for the organization. Today, meditation is going to be about 45 minutes. I'm going to take the first 10 minutes just to explain a little bit of expectations. There is not right way or wrong way to do meditation. It's a learning process. We're just training the mind to be present. There is not a specific agenda or anticipation on how the meditation should go. We just simply notice what happens. We observe what happens from moment to moment. So a little bit of predictability. So it's 12:07. I'm going to explain for the next 5 minutes about the meditation, the benefits. And from there, we're going to start. I am at home. I don't expect any noise, any background noise. If things come up, I will bring it to you. Something to keep in mind is that there might be other people joining the call. I believe Hope will be monitoring that everyone is mute, so we avoid distractions as people start joining. So let's go ahead and start. Our meditation today is going to be focused on the breath. It's a breath awareness meditation, how I like to call it. Sometimes it's said to help anxiety. It gives you a little bit of sense of control, increases our self-awareness, and also we find sometimes that sense of calm, of peacefulness, at least while we are in the meditation. But if that is not showing up for you, all you have to do is breathe. As an inner resource that we use is the breath. So breath is the life force. It gives us life. Inhaling brings up oxygen to our cells, and exhaling releases the waste, right? Carbon dioxide. It's a rhythmic breathing that balances the nervous system. So in a mindful breathing, which is what we're going to be doing today, we simply focus our attention on the breath. So again, we're not trying to change the breath in any way. We try not to have expectations. It's a simple awareness of the breath from the moment to moment. So in preparation for this meditation, I invite you to sit on a chair or on the floor. Sometimes a meditation cushion helps. And find a position where you feel supported. You can certainly lay down if that's something you prefer to do. So whatever you choose, just make sure your head and your neck and your spine are sort of aligned. You can cross your legs or have your legs or your feet pressing down on the floor. You can allow your hands to just rest softly on top of your laps or the sides of your body. Sometimes it feels good to have a pillow or something to support the lower back, and also something to support your arms. Some people like to loosen any tight clothes and simply soften your gaze or close your eyes. And if something is not working for you, whatever setup you had at the beginning, at some point becomes uncomfortable, feel free to change it. Just make sure that you know that you're not stuck to whatever your position you chose, and that you're honoring your body, that you're taking care of your body. Sitting is often recommended simply because it keeps you awake. It's very easy to fall asleep if you're laying down and too cozy. So just sitting, chances are that you stay awake and energized. So let's go ahead and start. invite you to allow your eyes to relax or soften your gaze, maybe just resting at that one spot. And the idea is to minimize distractions as you practice. And perhaps move your upper body forward and then back to find that balanced place in the middle. Hopefully with no stress on your lower back from leaning too far forward, and no tension on your abdomen from leaning too far back. So find something that is somewhat center, balance, and natural posture. And allow your body to become still now as you focus your attention inward. Notice your shoulders, your chest, and your stomach as they are now beginning to relax. Invite you to bring your awareness to the breath, not trying to control it or manipulating it in any way. Simply noticing your breath as it enters through your nose and it moves down to your belly and back out again. The body is always breathing and the breath is constantly moving. And your breath is not only the best place to start. It is a constant you can always return to anytime you need a little centering. So in this practice, you will gently find the breath in your body. There is nothing to figure it out, no problems to solve, or nothing special you need to do. Simply constantly returning to your direct experience of the body breathing. You're training the mind to be with one experience, avoiding distractions, we are training the mind. I invite you to bring your awareness to the abdomen. Relaxing the muscles there. Maybe notice if you can feel your belly's natural rise and fall. Maybe notice the body breathing itself. The movement with each breath from the navel around the obliques, muscles along the sides of your body. And I invite you to take a few deep breaths like this. Next, I'll invite you to bring your awareness up to the chest. So as you inhale, tune into the expansion of the lungs and the rising of the chest. And as you exhale, maybe feel the contraction and movement. Maybe notice if you can follow the feeling of the breath from the beginning of your inhalation through the end of your exhalation. Invite to bring your attention to the nostrils. And sometimes the feeling of the breath may be more subtle there. So try taking a deep breath to see what is present there for you. And you may notice a slight tickle at the tip of the nose as you breathe in. Or you might also notice that the breath is slightly warmer on the way out, the tip of your nostrils. So for a few rounds of your breath, I invite you to notice what you notice. Rest your awareness on the body breathing. When the mind wanders, maybe refocus on the direct experience of the breath. Invite you to continue to observe the breath for a minute or two in silence. Maybe also observe your thoughts. Begin by bringing your awareness to the back of your head, to the back of your neck, and your right and your left shoulder. Maybe take a slow breath in and out through the nostrils. And on the exhale, allow your shoulders to come down and release. So take a moment and do these for a few breaths. Next, I invite you to bring your awareness to your mouth and unclench your jaw. Maybe create some space between your upper and your lower teeth. Maybe relax your tongue on the roof of your mouth, just behind your two front teeth, resting on the upper palate. Maybe soften the mouth, the jaw, and the shoulders, and the back of your neck. Using your inhales and your exhales, also for a few more breaths. Invite you to let your breath flow. Allow the body to breathe itself. Take the breath you need. Breathing in and out through your nostrils. Continue to witness the flow of your breath. And after a few breaths, repeat the words silently to yourself. I am breathing in your inhale. I am breathing out on the exhale. Maybe notice the space between the inhale and the exhale. That space where the breath turns around from an in-breath to an out-breath. And again into an in-breath. Flowing in a full cycle. The in-breath, the small pause, the out-breath, the small pause before the next in-breath. Acknowledge that space. And if you like, you can linger there. And you decide when the breath turns around from an inhale to an exhale. You can stay there for a moment. Sometimes your attention will drift from following your breath to observing your thoughts, and that is fine. So each time you notice this has happened, simply bring your soft focus back to the awareness of your breath without judgment. Continue to follow your breath for a few cycles. Breathing in, breathing out. Each time your attention moves away from the breath, distracted by a thought, maybe about something you remember to do, or perhaps something that is bothering you or worrying you. I invite you to notice the thought, acknowledge it. Then I invite you to also let it go. Let that thought move to the second plane of your awareness, bringing your awareness back to your breath, back to the present moment. And allow your full awareness to be on the breath. Notice the breath as it comes in, as it goes out. Maybe noticing the familiar rhythm of your breath. Knowing that when you are bringing your awareness to the breath, you're connecting your mind and your body to the present moment. When you're ready to end the practice of repeating the words, breathing in and breathing out, just allow the body to breathe itself without drawing your attention to those words. Just sit for a couple of minutes with your attention on the flow of your breath. A reminder that if your thoughts come in, as they always do, without judgment, acknowledge the thoughts and let them go. Let them drift. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Come back to your meditation practice. Come back to the present moment. This meditation practice, you're using the breath as an anchor, a way of refocusing your attention to bring you back to the present moment from wherever your mind has drifted to. Anytime you notice you become preoccupied, distracted, or reactive, maybe notice how the breath can function as an anchor, keep you in the present moment. Keep you in this state of awareness and stillness. Just understanding that your mind is doing what minds do, thinking. And we're simply creating the awareness to notice when this happens. When you notice that your mind has gotten distracted, it's a moment of celebration. Gently but intentionally bring your attention back to the breath. Allowing your emotional experience to be what it is. Simply observing with curiosity. Maybe notice how the feeling may shift and change. And when you are ready, maybe return your awareness back to the breath. Back to the present moment. You may notice physical sensations. Maybe an itch or a tickle. A sense of numbness or tingling. Or perhaps restlessness. Notice this. Maybe become aware that sensations change from moment to moment. They come and go. They appear and disappear. As we simply observe them in this way. And once again, returning your attention to the breath. The reminder to be patient with yourself and with your body. Noticing the experience of the busy mind. Maybe noticing the emotional ups and downs. Sometimes our sense of boredom. Sometimes distracted by sounds or physical sensations. And then letting go of whatever tries to capture your attention again and again. I invite you to bring your attention back to the breath. And rest here at this moment. Fully awake and alive. While you're breathing slowly, how to direct your breathing awareness to different stages of the breath. I invite you to bring your focus and all of your attention to each step I mentioned. First, notice the breath as it enters your nose. Notice each time you breathe and how the breath feels in your nostrils. Feel the breath as it passes through your nasal passages and behind your throat. Notice where does the air goes next. Maybe feel each time you inhale the breath passing down your throat. Maybe feel the breath moving down. Feel the breath going down. Maybe notice where the air enters your lungs. Maybe allowing your breath awareness to deepen. You may or may not notice a feeling of relaxation. And you may or may not notice the air expand your lungs with each in-breath. So for a few cycles, just notice what you notice. Without expectations, simply noticing what shows up for you. Invite you to notice your lungs expand and contract. Expand and contract. Now notice the exhalation phase of the breathing. Maybe observe as the air leaves your lungs and begins to travel upward. Bringing all of your attention on that moment of each breath. I invite you to turn your attention to the breath traveling up and out through your mouth. Maybe feel the breath in your throat, your mouth, and out through the nostrils. Maybe notice each breath as a whole. Notice the breath flowing like waves. First in, and then a pause. Out, and another pause. Notice the pauses, the rest between the breath. Next, I'll invite you to bring your attention to the shoulders and the back of the neck. Maybe also becoming aware of the sensations in the back of the head. Maybe also notice the top of your head. I invite you to notice any sensations in the forehead, through the ears, any sensations inside of the ears and outside of the ears. Notice any sensations in that area around the eyes, on the eyebrows, the eyelashes, around the nose and the nostrils. Through the lips and inside of your mouth. Notice the cheeks and the jaw area. Notice the sensations in the whole face. Notice if you're holding tension somewhere in the face. I invite you to notice the front side of your body and the back side of your body. Notice sensations through the right side and through the left side. And when you are ready, I invite you to hold your entire body in your awareness, from the top of your head to your feet. Being aware of the breath flowing freely in and out of your body. Please know that at any moment during the day or night, you can experience a relaxed and awake state by connecting with the direct sensations of your breath in your body. Allowing yourself to feel that rhythmic movement of the breath. Whatever that rhythm is for you and for your body. No right, no wrong. Just building connection, creating space. For the next couple of minutes, I invite you to simply notice what you notice. You may or may not notice something. Next, I invite you to flow your hands to your heart. Maybe placing one hand on top of each other, bringing your hands together with your thumbs connecting to your heart, whatever you choose. And bring to your mind that sensation of gratitude and how gratitude feels for you. And in this place of stillness, ask yourself what I'm grateful for. And maybe allow the answers to flow again. Maybe lift your heart towards your hands and take a nice slow breath in. And maybe exhale a sigh through your mouth. And I invite you to bring to your mind one thing that you are grateful for today. Release your hands and maybe tuck your chin and slowly, if your eyes are closed, soften your gaze where you allow a little bit of light to arrive to your eyes. Maybe gazing down to your lap, to the ground. And take a moment to acknowledge your feelings at the present moment. You're welcome to bring your gaze up and maybe look around, being aware of the space where you're at, the practice that you experience. And you feel free to turn on your camera, to unmute yourself, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. And this concludes our practice for today. And in yoga, namaste means delight in me sees delight in each and every one of you. And I see you and I recognize you and I am grateful for having you here.